Every year, our family eagerly gathers excitedly to plan our much anticipated annual family trip. Family members submit their travel favorite destinations they have been dreaming of visiting. First on the agenda is selecting the destination. We compare our previous trips with the upcoming ones to make a decision. After much discussion, laughter, and even a little compromise, we finally decided to visit Kerala, God's own country. The title earned by this southwestern state of India caught our attention, so we plunged.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world.
As the day began to end, the horizon became a canvas painted by the sun with a breathtaking palette of colors.
Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep
As the car's engine kept raging, we put more miles behind us.
the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world.
It was dark by the time we reached Bangalore, so we decided to spend the night in the Bangalore city. Bangalore was sparkling with navigation and street lights, and the buildings hosting commercial activities added more to it. As the urban landscape began to sparkle and shimmer, we traveled into the heart of the city. In the stillness of the night and the twinkling building lights, we reached our resting place for the night. The following day we left for Munnar. We chose to travel via Salem as one of my good friends recommended this route. As we traveled, we witnessed the boundaries of the city expand and the visions of urban development evolve, an indication of a new era, a transformation that will eventually become a history. It felt like these luring advertisements were bonds that would tie humanity into slavery, owning them for a while, if not for a lifetime. But our hearts were longing to be in the mountains, away from the urban life that consumed us for so long. We got onto the National Highway 44, and after looking at the wide open road, it felt like freed from the shackles. The beautiful view of smaller hills gave us a sense of bigger mountains that we were yet to reach. With a straight road and purring engine, we moved swiftly, tearing the wind, slowly slipping into highway hypnosis. It is fascinating to see how profound dusk is in the mountains, and the clouds made it extraordinary as we approached our destination. We eventually transitioned into the night, and the clouds began to give up. We had to deal with the windshield fogging, but thankfully, rain disappeared as we climbed the mountains. All that's left was a series of hairpin bends and a foggy environment. Intimidating, but comforting at the same time. The cold wind and damp air seeped through the cracked windows, proclaiming its authority, and we had to surrender. The car light beams tried their best to show us the route, but its success was limited. Eventually, we reached Munnar and the cottage, our stay, for the next few days. The view of nature from our cottage the following morning was very refreshing. The fragile sun rays gave the birds a reason to sing happily, and their harmonious tone filled the entire valley. It was evident that the mist kept quenching the land as every tree was flourishing. The blooming flowers and the moss were the signs. It was time to execute our plan. As part of it, we left for Moto Dam. Mountains, valleys, sunshine, clouds, mist, you name it, you have it. Oh, what an experience. This is what we were hoping for. We were awestruck at the beauty. We couldn't believe the beautiful sight. Other than boating, the Cowboy Park offers a variety of activities. The entry into the park was astonishing, as we had to pass through the ghost house, an optical illusion, and a mirror maze. At first, I thought that I would follow the main path in the mirror maze, but the infinite reflective images kept proving me wrong. Next up was the carousel. I thought that I was tough enough to take this, but when it pushed my guts to a corner, I realized it was no fun, for me at least. The elevation of the spin was good enough to make me feel dizzy.
I like it.
No, I didn't like it. I don't like this. It's making me dizzy. It's no fun. I'm not going to do this again. I won't do this again.
We got harnessed to get pulled away by the gravity on a zip line. It was quite an adventure. Many think taming a bull is challenging, but it was a piece of cake for us. But the end was expected. The bull was inattentive to our instructions. Surprisingly, the crotch rocket was too. It was time for us to fulfill the purpose of our visit to Munnar. We left for speed boating. The idea of boating was different than the experience, and the humming boat engine was ready to sprint, and we could feel it. The boat and our excitement both picked up the speed. The boat was gliding on the water surface, honoring our captain's orders. Faster, much faster we traveled, splashing the water behind us. The landscape unfolded around us, a panoramic view of nature's canvas. Our journey to the Lakam waterfall, nestled within the heart of the valley, began on a curvy road. Every turn would unfold a mountain, which gave us a sense that we were venturing deeper into the valley. We had to stop to witness the glorious view of the valley, while the whistling wind gently passed by. The view of the valley slowly disappeared into the mist, and all we could see was the outline of the mountains. With a cheerful heart, we got back on the road and reached the waterfall. The gushing sound of the cascading water gradually grew louder as we walked closer. The water was cold enough to bite the bones, and dipping into it recharged the senses. Kolukumalai was the last one on our list, but left a lasting feeling. The route was very beautiful, and we traveled by valleys, waterfalls. We travelled via Munnar Suryaneli road. The distance was greater, but it was worth travelling. There were signs of elephant crossing all through the route, which made us eager. The weather influenced the aura of the surroundings as we gained altitude. We had to hire a jeep because of the road conditions that led to the peak. The property through which we travelled belongs to Harrison Malayalam Limited. The place was nothing less than living a dream. The fields and mountains were covered in the mist. What a blessing it was to be at a place like this. The showers of blessing in the form of a stream flowed incessantly. JP, our captain, was much focused on navigation. The mist flowed down from the top to the foothills and carried with it the essence of the mountains. The entire area got nicer and nicer as we climbed. The road in these mountains and the drenched surroundings by the heavenly fountains was leading us to a much better place. It's the confirmation of the Heavenly Father's grace. Tossing and bouncing, we finally reached the top. At the top of the majestic mountain, the entire area was covered with trees. The tree-top branches were stretching their hands to the heavens, and the mist satisfied their request. The path eventually led us to the narrow mountain ridge, and the narrow spine of the mountain ridge seemed to touch the heavens. The place was magical and mysterious. We tried to comprehend what we were seeing. The air was pure and crisp, and with every breath stroke, it filled our lungs with freshness. The mist was so thick, the people walking at a furlong distance disappeared into it. We carefully walked and reached the edge to witness a much taller mountain. We were captivated by looking at the sheer magnitude of this natural wonder. The majestic presence of the towering mountain implicitly echoed the lesson to be humble and not take pride in our ignorant thoughts.